What is going on, guys? I am fucking pissed right now. I have filmed 2 days in a row and the audio has been completely messed up. I did, tried doing vlogs on this thing and just trying to do a 1 week update, and it's just not been working out. So it looks like I'm just gonna do it handheld. I was gonna, try and drive around and, I was making it nice for you guys. But anyways, looks like I'm gonna have to just do it this way, which, this way I can show some of the things that I'm kind of talking about rather than just seeing me sit in a car and drive. So first thing is, this car has been great to me. Obviously, Chevy LS, very reliable. I haven't had any issues with reliability or anything. There's only just been a few little things that still annoy me, and that is the radio. The radio still sucks ass. The head unit, head unit's probably from 2002. I can see some shitty Sony thing, and then I'm sure it still has stock speakers. And these speakers, I'm gonna just get them changed out. There's just this little conversion plate, and it gets rid of all the fucking Bose garbage, overcomplicated shit, and just makes it so you can put a simple 6.5 inch speaker in there. And then there's also some speakers back here. I think that's a relatively simple exchange, but and then there's also plenty of room for subs in the back. There's these little things that have you can get a custom built cabinet for it, but I'm probably not going to do that. I don't really care. I'd rather just do performance stuff on this thing. But as I've been driving it more and more, I've kind of noticed that these B pillars are kind of a blind spot, and it's kind of annoying. You have to get up and look over your shoulder, and not that I don't look over my shoulder normally, it's kind of more of a hassle. And since I like to sit pretty low in this thing, it's kind of makes it even worse, since this thing's got pretty big hips on it. And and then it doesn't help that the side mirrors absolutely fucking suck. You even though they're physically big, you just the area that you see out of them is really small, and you see it's really stupid, but they look good, and I haven't crashed yet, so I think I'll be all right. We can go back inside. And I did bitch about the red and black interior. I have come to not really dislike it as much. I don't really have a problem with it, and I've actually been contacted by a few people asking to trade the interiors, and the thing is I'm not really interested in that. I would rather go with an aftermarket Sparco seat or something that's going to hold you in. These are pretty comfortable. The seats, they don't hold you in at the corners at all, especially me, since I'm pretty thin person, and doesn't really hold me in at all in the corners. And it doesn't help that this one, the side bolstering, is it's pretty much gone from fat middle-aged men getting in and out. This one's, I'm sure, is a little bit better, but that bolstering isn't that great anyways. This thing has a few common problems that the C5 Corvettes have, and that's the oil pressure sensor, and it's got the wobbly harmonic balancer thing. It's not too bad, but it's definitely some stuff I need to fix in the future. But I've been driving this thing a lot, and a lot of people kind of bitched about how I talked about gas mileage, and I was just stating that it actually got pretty good gas mileage. Now, it went down from about 20, because when I was driving home, it was like a 200-mile trip, and all highway, so obviously it went up. But since I've just been driving around, I've really only gone to work a few times, and then all just around town, so I'm sure that brought it down quite a bit. And I think it's at 18 miles per gallon, which is actually pretty good still. I don't really have an issue with that, figuring my daily commute is all of about 3 miles to work, if that, and then just going to friends or whatever. I don't really drive too much, but I don't really have too much of a complaint other than the transmission. Sometimes it doesn't like to go into first or reverse. You have to put it into second first, and then go into first, just because it kind of has this lockout, and it's kind of annoying. But I've kind of gotten used to that, and it's just kind of something new and different I haven't really experienced. I don't mind the shift knob as much anymore, just because if you hold it like this, it's, or something like that, it's just, you get more accustomed to it. I didn't like it at first, because I'm used to more ergonomical, and I don't know, it felt kind of weird, but now I'm kind of getting used to it. Steering wheel, I hate 4-spoke steering wheels, but this one, I mean, just texture wise, and it's fine, and I don't really have too much of an issue. I don't really think I'm going to change that out. And if I were to change anything out, I'd probably keep this stuff just in case for when I sell it or whatever, which I don't plan on selling it anytime soon. One more thing about the interior is a lot of people bitch about the interior and the plastics and stuff, and it's like, I don't have an issue with any of this at all. I don't really see what people are talking about. I mean, yes, the whole thing is covered in plastic, but what's the fucking difference between any other car of not only this era, but like new cars? I mean, the only difference is when you get into like the more luxury cars, all they do is slap some leather or Alcantara over it. So realistically, this is perfectly fine. You know, I'm just glad none of it's cracking or faded. I mean, like, I'm used to like dashes being cracked and everything, and this one is absolutely mint. I have no complaints about the interior. I think it's perfectly fine. I mean, the carpet is definitely aged. You can see it's kind of been stepped down, and there should be some, I could definitely get some floor mats or something. I don't know. I probably should do that just since in case I step in anything or anything. This thing, as you can probably tell, it goes deep in there, and then it goes down. It has like pockets, and you can hold quite a bit of shit in the back here. When I had my mufflers modified, I took the mufflers off and I had them in the back of there. So like, and like they have the big muffler go around, and then they have the part that goes over the transaxle, and like they were pretty big, and you know, they both fit back there, which was, you know, pretty cool. You know, I don't ever really move shit around or anything, but I think it's just cool that I would be able to put, you know, maybe some bags back there or something if I were to ever travel or anything. But so yeah, that's my complaints for the interior. Exterior, I don't have any complaints except for the front. Air dam is still, like, it's scrapes on everything, but you kind of just get used to it and you realize that it's gonna happen, and it's kind of supposed to happen. It's really just, you know, they make it as low as possible so people don't really get scared, but it still just gets as much air into the radiator as possible, because it is a bottom feeder and the radiator is angled, and it's kind of cool. One thing that does kind of piss me off, since I did just wash this thing, if you see here in these like little pockets, I mean, they're doing construction on my road and stuff, but this is just collects in here, just like fucking dust and dirt and stuff just collects in here. And this was like just for driving a little bit, and like, I mean, that's just kind of annoying, especially here too. Like, I mean, it just like kicks it up and, you know, gets in these little pores and shit, and it's just kind of annoying that you just wash your car and then that shit's got to happen. And then a little update on the exhaust. I'm very happy with the way the exhaust sounds. It's quiet, but the thing is for a daily driver, it's perfect for me. I like the growl. It could be a little bit louder, but I feel that a cam will kind of wake it up a little bit and make it sound better and more the way I want it to. And some of you guys been kind of talking about what I should do, and yes, the first thing is probably going to be a cam, but I gotta buy tires first, and that alone is gonna be like $900. So you guys just kind of gotta bear with me on the Corvette modifications. The springs for the Miata are on the way, so that is gonna be getting done super soon, and then I can go ahead and move on and continue doing stuff with that. But anyways, this is my 1 week-ish ownership of my 2001 Corvette Z06, and I'm very happy with it. I don't have many complaints other than, you know, stuff that is kind of inevitable, and, you know, stuff that, I mean, you really can't complain about the like taillights too much, but it's just something that is kind of annoying. Other than, you know, pretty much that's it. I don't really have any complaints at all, except for this thing runs, the operating temperature is like 220 degrees, which is like crazy high. Like, I feel like the motor is just gonna disintegrate. Like, I know that most cars want to run at like 160, 180, and like 220 just seems a little excessive. I know, you know, these motors, they want to have, you know, higher operating temperature or whatever, but I don't know, it just seems high. I came in here to talk about something else. I don't remember though. Oh yeah, one more thing. Kind of weird. Whenever you put the key in and you turn it, it like goes to your position, or it did, but then I don't know why it doesn't anymore. I don't know. It does this weird thing where when you take your key out,
it moves your seat from where you were to, like, I have a set position, but it moves it like all the way back so that like it's easier to get out, you know, for all the middle-aged fat men trying to get out of this thing. But when I put the key back in, it doesn't move me back. I have to push the button to put me back at the my setting, and I have to do that every time before I can even reach the damn clutch to turn the car on. And it's just kind of annoying how it will put me back, but then it won't put me forward once I put the key in. But I know I can turn it off, but it's kind of nice because if you look here, if I go up to where I normally am, my feet, I mean, I'd have to like get my feet all the way out like that. I mean, it's just, it is nice, this feature of going back, you know, whenever I turn off the car. I just wish it would put me back to where I was when I put the key back in. That's pretty much all of my complaints. Other than my AC doesn't really work too well and I need to get that refreshed or whatever, refilled. I don't know, this would be like pretty much my only car ever with working AC. I think only my Porsche had working AC and that was about it. But it's definitely getting hot here in San Diego and I wouldn't mind some AC. So I am definitely going to need to get that replaced or fucking fixed or whatever. I haven't shown you guys under the hood. I can show you some of the things that have been done and what I plan to do. We can go and pop the hood right now, if I could figure out how. As you see here, it's just got this chrome cover thing, and it's got like, someone bought like a chrome cover package because I got that chrome cover, this one. I guess just clean it up. You can get ones that like cover the whole engine bay in chrome, and then you can get like a chrome alternator. I don't want that. Fuck that. I actually want to take this thing off. I've got a carbon fiber intake. It's aftermarket intake and the aftermarket air filter. I'm sure that does very little, but probably helps a little bit. So what I want to do the engine is I want to cam it first, but when I cam it, I need to do valve springs. So I'm going to have to take the heads off. I'm going to go and get the valve covers polished, along with getting the heads port and polished. And then I'm going to take this thing off. I'm going to get an aftermarket intake manifold. I want to get the fast or speed or whatever, I don't know what the hell it's called, like fast LSX, whatever. It looks good. And I want to take these things off, and I want to get, there's like this bracket where you can mount the coil packs, and it's just, I want this thing to just look mean, engine and raw. I don't want any of these covers or anything. I just think that'd be really cool. So anyways, guys, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Peace out.
Dare you, I double dare you, motherfucker. Say what?
One more time.